Hi everyone, so I'm here with Mark, and today we're going to talk about how to create a character for your song. One of the things that you can do in order to sing better is to really give the audience a feeling of the character, or a feeling of what you're trying to express or emote. And I have a very specific system that I use with all of my students on how they create a character from the inside out so that the audience has a real feeling of how what the song means, so it feels more like they are taken on a journey. They're taken on a journey. They're not just sitting in their chair, but they're really affected by what the singer is singing. And so, Mark, what do you do when you come across that? Because Mark is also an actor, and he reads stories.
Well, first, you look at the way that it was already done, especially if it's a show tune, what you say, a Broadway show, that the character's in a certain situation. Well, you might think you're not going to be able to convey that specific situation, so you kind of modify it. Like I was thinking in Big River, and Huckleberry Finn is out on this raft with the sleigh, with Jim, and they're going down the river, and he's got his own thoughts. Well, I'm not an 11-year-old kid, or
Right.
I'm not going to be convincing of an 11-year-old kid.
Right.
But that
but that doesn't mean you can't sing the song.
But the chorus, usually of a song, though the lyrics anywhere, but pretty often it's in the chorus, and that talks about loving the river more, even after it's washed your house away. Something washed everything washed. Washed away all the things you treasure. Still, there's no way to measure why I love you more. So then it's like, okay, that to me is like, say, if that's the key phrase in the song, the key thing in the song. So think of yourself, you could be a victim. You could have just had your house washed away in a hurricane. That could be, anybody.
Right.
So that you move it a little bit outside of the original story it was in, if it was in a play.
And based on those choices that you make as an actor, based on those choices, like my house was washed away in a hurricane, or I am an 11-year-old boy, I have a lot of little kids.
Right.
Based on those choices,
might be easier for them.
then as you present the song, you're presenting the song with dynamic choices. That means loud and soft, dynamic choices, and emotional choices that are appropriate for that person. So you literally create an emotional map of the song. Like one section might be sad, one might be angry, one might be victorious, and it depends on
I think mainly, like
song.
the thing, this part is more internal, because that's what we were talking about with the spoken word thing I was just working on. What part is the more internal, and what part is kind of saying it to the world?
Right.
Would determine different ways to sing different parts of the song. But it starts getting you away from just recreating, say, the song that you've heard in a recording.
Right, because if you do that, it seems like a carbon copy. It doesn't seem like it's coming from you.
Well, they already made their choices, and you can't know those choices.
Right.
If you're at an Elvis impersonation festival, and you want to, you just want to do Elvis, you want to do yourself as Elvis doing the song, but otherwise, or you're not doing karaoke, you really, really want to sing the song as you.
Right.
Or somebody,
as a character,
somebody like you. And it frees up that part of your concentration that was trying to sound like so-and-so, and that also is often the part that's in your throat.
Yeah.
You're trying to sound like the singer. That's often where you're trying to do funny things with your voice,
and
to imitate every little hiccup, every little hiccup and mannerism. You get your concentration off of that and onto the character.
Right. Great. Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate it. That's your tip of the week.